Hello, everyone. Happy weekend. I hope you're having a good one, and thank you for joining me here today. Today it is meal prep, okay? So I wanted to bring you along with me to share with you one of my favorite things to do, and one of my favorite meals to prepare, which is Nigerian fried rice today. So you're going to get to see the process of how I make mine. Okay, I know there are multiple different ways to make it, and people put a lot of different things in there, but I will be sharing with you mine today. I've already done the prep, and of course I got a little bit of help from my mother-in-law, which I'm so blessed to have a wonderful mother-in-law. So she helped me with a lot of this, but I have, the mixed vegetables that I'm going to be using right here. It's already being steamed, and usually what I do, I don't cook it. I just boil water and pour it in there and let it sit for about 5 minutes so it doesn't get too soggy. And I have my shrimps here that's already been washed and then lightly fried, okay? And I use kidney beans because I love that in my fried rice. Give it a little bit of added color, and then with the protein a little bit as well, so I love that. And a lot of people use beef liver, but I love using chicken gizzard in mine, and this has already been cooked, seasoned nicely, and then fried a little so as to again reduce the time that I am cooking with. And I use normally I would use like spring onions, but I didn't realize that I ran out of my spring onions, so I decided I'm just gonna use the regular red onion or purple onion, whatever you call it. So I'm just gonna wash my rice multiple times to get rid of all the starch right there, just like that. And I'm using the long grain parboiled rice here. Sometimes I'll use basmati rice, but I choose to use this today. There's really no difference. You can use any rice that you want, guys. I'm gonna wash it like 2 more times. Like after putting all the water in, I'm gonna put my ingredients in there. So I'm putting in some of the dried thyme right now. I don't put a lot, just about a teaspoon I put in there. And add some curry powder for the color. It gives it that nice yellow color that you see with the Nigerian jollof rice, fried rice, excuse me. And then I put my chicken stock in there, and I'm just using the 1 pack because there's already been seasoning in the chicken stock that I used. And a lot of time it's okay if the seasoning is not enough right now, but when I start frying it with all the vegetables and everything else, I put a little bit of salt. When I start frying it all, then I would add more if it's not enough. Okay. So, and for me, I like a little bit of tangy, a little bit of spiciness to it. So I have already chopped up some habanero pepper. No habanero. I've already chopped up some jalapeno pepper. Excuse me. Jalapeno pepper, and I'll be putting some of that in there. I just used one whole jalapeno pepper. So I'm gonna be putting it in there, cooking it together to give that nice little spicy flavor. It's not too spicy, just a little bit of spiciness. Okay, so, and I stir everything together. I can taste it for salt a little bit. So for me, the seasoning is good for now. I just pop it in my rice cooker here to cook. Just makes it a little faster for me. All right, so we'll just let that cook. We'll let that cook, and then we'll go through the frying process. All right. So I place my pot on the stove and just let it heat up a little bit, and I put a little bit of oil. I use olive oil because I prefer, it's supposed to be healthier. And after that, I just add a little bit of onions, and with the onions I let it saute for a little bit. I stir it together. And then I put my chicken gizzard right there, and I mix it even more, and I just let it fry for a little bit there as well. Just give it a nice stir. Then in goes my shrimps. And since this is already fried and cooked, guys, I'm not going to let it cook for too long. I'm just gonna let it marinate in the oil a little bit. Then I had my mixed vegetables. So I'm splitting this in half because I'm making it in 2 batches. My pot right here can't fit everything at once. So I'm making it in 2 batches, and again, I'm not going to let it cook for too long. And I just add a little bit of salt here for to season the veggies and all the fillings, all the mixings, I should say. And I add a little more curry powder because the one I added to the rice to cook it with was not enough. So the color wasn't to my satisfaction, so I'm adding a little more, and I just give it another nice stir right there. Isn't it just beautiful? I like the color already, but wait until the kidney beans goes in, guys. It's gonna be so beautiful. So yeah, I usually add the kidney beans at the end, last because it's already tender and I don't want it getting all squished together. So I'm gonna stir it gently right here so they don't get all squished together there, just like this. Then finally I am going to add my rice. So I'm adding half of it and leaving the rest to cook the second batch. And I'm just mixing everything together very nicely for the finished product. It smells so good in here already. I wish you could be in my kitchen right now. I know everyone at home is like, oh man, they're salivating, ready to dive right in. Looks so good, guys. Oh, if you haven't tried this, you really need to try it. It is so good. So I'm just gonna mix everything nicely there. Taste it for salt and seasoning. And yeah, you can add a little more salt here if you feel the need for it. So, but it's looking good so far for me. I'm just gonna add a little more salt. I needed a little more. And give it one final stir to mix in the salt. It is pretty much ready right now, and voila, here you have the finished product, the Nigerian fried rice. So delicious. Alright, thank you so much for joining me, guys, for this meal prep, and I hope you enjoy it. You know, one of the reasons why I love cooking is the fact that I can control what exactly is going into my food. You know, the salt content, the oil content, and everything. And I would really highly encourage that. And aside from that, you know, you get to save some money, guys. You get to save them. For example, this meal that I just prepared for about 10 people, it cost me less than $40. I would tell you that. It cost me less than $40. Can you believe that? So it's so unbelievable how much you get to save when it comes to preparing your own meals. But of course, it depends on what you're preparing. Every now and then, if you want to go out and enjoy a nice restaurant meal with the boo, you know, that's always good as well. So but I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks again for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know, if you enjoy this content, so I can bring more of it to you, share more of my favorite meals with you. So